you like to write?
I love to write.
You know what today is?
Today is National Writing Day.
Yes, you're correct. So, what do you like about writing?
I like writing. I use writing to cope. It's almost like a conversation with myself to kind of helps me get my thoughts out when I can't always get the right word or, express my thoughts thoroughly. So I write at night after I take my shower, right before I go to bed to get my, I go through my day and get my last thoughts out before I go to bed.
Do you guys like to write?
I do. I don't.
Oh, okay. So for you who doesn't like to write, why don't you like to write?
It's a little difficult for me.
Is it difficult because you're being forced to do it for school, or what do you find difficult about it?
I have problems with grammar and spelling, so.
So Michelle, you like to write. Why do you like to write?
I'm not sure. I write incomplete sentences all the time, but I like getting my ideas down. It makes them feel more concrete.
Where do you usually write?
I write in my room and sometimes in my studio when I'm near my work.
I like personal writing better than writing for school, but as a history major we do a lot of writing, so yeah, I'd have to say, yeah, I like to write.
So what do you tend to write about?
For school I write, it's all about history and in the past and then analyzing it, and sometimes book reviews and stuff like that, and all that I enjoy because I'm a little history nerd, and so writing about my discipline is very, very fun for me. Personal writing, I actually, as nerdy as it sounds, I keep a journal, and so that always helps to just de-stress a little bit, considering that it's senior year in college and the real world is right around the corner, so journal writing is also very therapeutic.
Writing, in terms of almost all my communication these days, emails become my best friend. I do also like old-fashioned writing in terms of letters, but I do a lot of academic writing. I love to read all kinds of complex pieces of information and figure out how to simplify them for other people. And I also use writing in the classroom, and I like to help other people improve their writing.
So when you write personally, where do you tend to write and when?
I tend to write on the computer here more than anywhere else. I did try journaling in notebooks for a period of time in my life, and I wasn't very successful at that. And if I write personally, it's usually in a card or a letter to somebody else if I'm going to do regular longhand writing. But most of the writing that I do is either here or in a quiet place.
Oh, Jeremy, do you like to write?
I do.
Okay. You know what today is?
National Day of Writing?
Yes.
I'm guessing.
Yes, it is. So, Jeremy, what do you like to write about?
I like to write about LGBT issues. I write about them all the time.
Okay. So, where do you write? Do you blog? Do you keep a journal?
I write to, friends sometimes, and I write on blogs.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Do you see writing in your future?
Probably.
In your everyday life, how do you use writing?
Classes.
Okay. You like to write?
Yes, I love to write.
How do you use writing in your everyday life?
I often write notes to my family members and students, notes of affirmation to make sure they know that in their lives they're doing great things.
So do you like to write on your personal time?
Yes, I write to my nieces and nephews and my own children letters because that's a dying art, so I do it. Not every day, but I do send them always something.
Where do you tend to write?
At home, in my comfy chair.
Do you like to write?
I enjoy writing. Yes, I do. I don't mind it.
What do you like to write about? Do you write personally or just for school or something?
I usually just write for school, but sometimes if I'm feeling super emotional, I'll write poetry or write down song lyrics that really mean something. Work is usually done in the office that we have in our apartment or in my bedroom for the poetry.
When do you tend to write?
When I have a lot of thoughts on my mind, it helps to get it all on paper so it's not cluttered in my head, and it helps me make sense of things if I can see it on the paper instead of in my head.